Ladies and gentlemen, we would now like to present to you and formally introduce Bob, Cos, and Arthur, the Play No Games podcast.
It's your favorite podcast where we talk about real life and exchange a few laughs. We sticking to our path. When you find understanding, just know that will never last. We ain't here to play no games. The world is getting crazy and now we know.
What's poppin', you guys?
to
It's
lead the
Cartier
change.
Rob back with you with a lovely installment of the Play No Games podcast.
It's Cos, and we got two very fun guests today.
Yes.
Please introduce yourself, gentlemen.
Absolutely. My name's Dan Tamuda. I'm a real estate agent by trade, and I'll fix up some houses on the side and flip them. And I'm excited to also bring along my buddy with me, Kahan. Him and I go way back in the day, roughly the third grade.
Yeah, that's right. What's poppin', y'all? My name's Kahan. I'm the hardest motherfucker out here. And I'm just messing around. Been drinking too many White Claws. My name's Kahan. I used to run a clothing store in Eugene, Oregon. Been friends with Dan a long time, like he said. And, I'm here to share my expertise in the small business world and, whatever else I might have to offer to the community at large.
It's very sweet.
I love that. Dan, first off,
Sweet.
you introduce yourself as Tamuda.
Yeah, Tamuda.
You don't say Tomutsa or anything?
I don't, because I worked at a bank for 10 years, and that name changed so
man.
much.
My man.
As like a median,
Yeah.
it became Tamuda.
Okay.
And so it's just easier that way.
I feel you.
If I say Tamutsa, people will say like just whatever. They'll be like, "Oh, are you Japanese?" I'll say, "I'm not Japanese."
Wow.
They'll say,
No,
"Tamuda?" I'll say, "No,
I feel that. I had to create a nickname I never owned.
Yeah.
As in Cos.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It just makes it easier because at the end of the day, like anybody in any profession, if you're self-employed or working for a company, you're just trying to get something across to them in a message, and what your name is doesn't matter in the beginning.
Yeah.
Once you establish that relationship, now it matters. So like later
Absolutely.
on, then like that's why y'all know me as Tamutsa.
Yeah.
But like if I just meet somebody the first time, it doesn't matter.
That's fair.
We don't need to get into it yet.
I like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
of course.
We're going to get more into the business side of things. But first, we're going to start with a favorite segment of ours. It's called Play No Games, funny enough. It's the name of the show. Zingers. Anyways, it can be positive. It can be negative. Essentially, it's whatever you're playing no games about. This moment, I'm actually going to throw it over to Rob to give an example of what he's playing no games about today.
Damn. I should have. Well, exactly. It's whether positive, negative, it's just something that's on your mind. I'm not going to lie. What I want to play no games about is actually enjoying the holidays. I want to enjoy the holidays because it's gonna be interesting holidays. There's a lot of politics on holidays. A lot of politicking going on, and I think this year I'm going to.
That's that Sarah Palin.
That is, and I no, it's a great line. Shout out to Big Sean. Who's your favorite artist?
No.
Okay, I was wanting to see if it's gonna cap.
No,
All right,
I hate Big Sean.
but no, I think for me, I just want to chill out and just enjoy fam, and then let the family squabbles be the family squabbles.
There you go. What game are you going to dominate this year?
Parcheesi, you know it.
What?
W's in the chat.
What is it?
Parcheesi.
Parcheesi. Have you guys played that game?
No.
It's like, how can I explain Parcheesi? Have you ever
It's
played
like Sorry?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like Sorry.
Yeah,
Oh,
Sorry.
but it was.
Do you play it on a Sorry board?
No, but there's actually like super cool pretty cool boards. Like it's pretty simple for the most part, but like if like you really get into it, like they make like hand carved boards. So it's like I think the game derived from India, but other than that, it's a cool game.
Never heard about it. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
But that's what I play no games about.
All right. Who you throwing it to?
I'm gonna throw it to you.
Me. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. What am I playing no games about? You know what? I found this really great restaurant actually. And that's what I don't want to play no games about.
Wow.
Shout out to downtown Vancouver, a place where sludge grows out or rolls out of the streets, and Russians have taken over. But there's a really great Bosnian restaurant there called Seven. They have Mich. It's called
Impressive.
for them. It's called Chevepi. So very Balkan food. Pleškovica, all this stuff that we have in Romania. But
Impressive.
it's hard to find good quality Balkan food in the Northwest, and this place delivers. They hand make everything, so they get a free promo, I guess, for who's ever listening. Go check out Seven in downtown Vancouver.
Oh yeah, who was you with? Because you didn't go by yourself.
I went with my mom and dad.
Oh
so
man,
don't even try to twist it like that.
Shout out to moms. What's up? What's up? Shout out to dads. What's up?
Yeah, but
what are you talking about?
That's what I'm playing no games about. Good spot.
What I was insinuating family time.
Exactly. A good Sunday dinner or lunch. But anyways, I'll throw over to Kahan.
Okay, well, I just want to say that was you're a family man. You're doing shout outs to the local community for the food, so good on you, Kos.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's see, what do I not play games about? Man, I'm playing.
Y'all stumped
I'm
him for
playing
sure.
games. I play games all the time. Let's see. I don't like salesmen. You go into like a place to shop, or I don't know, just salesman persona. It's just that bothers me. So I don't know. It's kind of.
You mean like when you walk in, you can feel that salesman or sales lady attitude? Of
like you.
Hey, great to meet you. You're like, all right, is it?
Yeah. It's exactly. It's kind of a dead point. I'm killing this podcast.
No. Was there a recent experience that's making you thinking about?
Well, my experience being a salesman, having a store, I just had to be fake constantly.
Got it.
And if you try to crack a joke, it's off-color joke. It could cost you customers. It can cost you.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I had to play games for business purposes. You have to be like political about it.
Yeah.
And so that's why I don't want to play no games no more.
There you go.
Because I don't want to live like that. I don't want to live like that no more, Dan.
There you go.
So I'm not trying to sell nothing no more. People want to think, I'm a undercover gay little bastard because I talk about, wanting to make love to Andrew and shit. That's on them. It's just not true.
Good point. It's a very good point. They will want to say stuff, but
I just want to live unfiltered. I don't want to have to worry about what I have to say. Like, people are gonna not, dislike me and shit. I ain't playing no games like that.
Yeah, I have to say I've been to the store a couple of times, and some days you were not a salesman, you were just Kahan
I was just
at the
some
store.
dude who had a store.
But you didn't play that like hardcore. Hey, good to see you. How you doing today? You were just.
No, that would.
Can I share a little bit?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. I went there once.
All right.
I went there once, and it was like noon, and he says, "Hey Dan, you want to help me out today?" I was like, "Yeah, man, of course. Let's do it." And so I'm helping out some customers, and people clear out, and he goes, "Hey Dan, you want a drink?" I was like, "What?" He pulled out a bottle of what was it, Jack?
Probably, yeah.
Probably Jack. We just had a couple of shots during the day.
Woo.
The perks of being self-employed.
And then some guy, he bought a mattress frame.
Oh, fuck
so we said we'd help deliver.
Just the frame.
Just the frame.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just,
Makes sense.
I'm just a block away. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So okay, we'll just help you out. We closed up.
Yeah.
And he was like 10 blocks away.
So we
we're
carried.
carrying this heavy, like
Just through Eugene.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there were stairs involved.
Oh,
There
we got
were
to the
stairs
place.
involved. And then he wanted to hang out with us.
On the bed?
Well,
No.
you haven't set it up yet, but probably eventually on the
actually,
bed.
that guy had a stroke. And
What?
and he died.
No way.
I swear to God.
You're just doing this for
No, I swear to God.
for
He
views
had a
now.
stroke and he died.
Okay.
Yep. So he got what he deserved.
All right, Dan, what are you playing no games about?
Excuse me, Jesus. I would say this is a little sensitive, but I'm recently single, so I would say ladies.
Okay.
I've definitely sharpened my search and narrowed it down to more specific type of girls. So that's kind of where I'm at now. I used to play a lot of games.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
A lot of games.
And what kind of games were you playing?
A lot of games. All of the games, man. All of them. And
Dressing up as a cat.
Dressing up as a cat.
That's a reoccurring trend, or a bunny now.
Bunny, yeah. Whatever a woman wears during Halloween, me too. Because I need that attention too once in a while.
You should have seen his Halloween costume.
But the downside is you don't. Here's what I've learned from that quick experience: you don't get the attention you want.
No,
and that's probably the same thing for women as well. Mm-hmm. You want attention. We all want attention.
Yeah.
But when you get attention from somebody that you feel like they're not on my level, right? Mm-hmm. Like for example, I'm straight, but I got hit on by a lot of guys.
Allegedly.
Straight. Yeah. Or a lot of girls that were not my type.
Yeah.
Very aggressive women too. Mm-hmm. But when you get that, you're like, that's not what I'm here for. I want that person to hit on me. And I'm sure it's the same thing for women when they get dressed up too and they're looking good. They get hit on by guys they do not want to have hit on them.
Got it. Yeah.
So more serious. No longer gonna wear a bunny outfit for Halloween next year. You know.
Okay.
Gonna clean it up a little bit. Try and find a lady that wants to have some kids, preferably 26 to 30 years old. That's the
putting it out there, huh?
We're using your platform to advertise.
Yeah, advertise for you. All right.
That's the ideal range. With all due respect, you know, I think anything above 30 is like it's gonna take too long for us to get to know each other to then have kids.
Interesting.
Anything under 26 is like, I don't know if that's what you really want to do right now, or if I'm just very convincing right now. So
got it.
26 to 30 makes sense.
Okay. Well, you know what? At least you've come down. You filter out what you're looking for.
Oh yeah.
You're not just casting the wide net.
I sure was before.
You were before,
God.
but now you got it zeroed in. You're like a sniper.
I think it was more like he was shooting a harpoon.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you what. I see what he's doing here. It's all good. It's all good. He's just mad because I saw him dancing with one big girl once, and I couldn't see him dancing at all. I just see her, but I couldn't see him behind her. That's what he's mad about.
All right. Well, that's
sorry,
fantastic.
everybody.
That's fantastic. All right. Let's get into the first topic. I wanted to bring you guys on because I knew you guys are both small business owners / self-employed. And I kind of wanted to chalk this up to you and understand what led you down that path. What drew you to essentially being in the self-employed world and for in Keon's case, starting a business as well.
We'll take the first
Well,
one.
you know, I would say that it was my debilitating mental illness that made me have to work for myself. Because I can't be around other people. I can't have someone telling me what to do. Fuck that. You know, if I can't show up because
was there a situation though, like growing up, that where you had a job, you're like,
all of them.
pretty much
all of them.
I no called, no showed pretty much every occupation I ever had. The debilitating mental illness part that's kind of a joke, but it's like, you know, half true.
A little bit of truth in every joke.
Who doesn't?
Right.
I feel like I'm too consciously aware of my feelings all the time. Like, you know, it's like I'm in a prison of my body, you know? And so I have to create my environment to suit. So I have always been selling shit since I was a kid. And I kind of, what do you call it? I think everything I was already doing just became more exaggerated. Like I was already, like if I look back in my phone when I was like 14, it's like pictures of my body, my dick and balls, and then stuff I was selling on Craigslist.
Yeah.
Mostly the first two, I think.
Yeah. I've just always been selling shit. And so it just came naturally. And I needed to do it because I couldn't stand the alternative.
And once you try to sell your body on Craigslist, remember that?
That's true. That's actually true.
Really?
It's a side story.
I
We'll
didn't
get to it
actually try to
later.
sell it, but we were fucking around on Craigslist because they used to have a casual encounters page.
They used
They
to.
sure did.
They used to. No longer.
Bring it
there.
back, Craigslist. Come
Bring
on.
it back.
And then
What led you to real estate?
Sure. So how did I get into real estate? So honestly, when I was very young, I was 19. And that's all I wanted to do. Or I was 18, excuse me. And yeah, sorry for the serious part here, fellas and ladies, but my parents were like, you should go to school, you should go to work. I was like, no, I'm gonna get my license. My dad was like, that's awesome, you should still go to school, go to work, that's not enough. So I got my license.
Sounds Romanian.
Very Romanian, very much so. Not impressed.
Not enough.
No. And so I got my license. I worked at a bank full time as a bank teller, and then I went to school full time. But I couldn't really do real estate. I had to put it third because I had to go to school, I had to go to work to pay for it. And real estate's very inconsistent income. It's good income, but you get like a check.
And it's hard to when you start too.
Yeah, and you make like your majority of your money in like 3 months, and then the rest is like sporadic. And so had to give it up. And then when the pandemic hit, my boss reached out to me. He was like, "How you doing? Things are going great over here." I was like, "Hey, I was just thinking about you." I'd worked for a bank for about 10 years, and so I really wanted to kind of venture back in the self-employment route, because every time I worked with somebody at a bank and I said something like, "Hey, I need these documents," and they'd be like, "Yeah, talk to my CPA. I'm busy this week. I get it to you next Monday, like 2 weeks away."
Yeah.
And every time I talk to somebody who's self-employed, I say, "Hey, I need these documents." They'd say, "Yeah, I'll be here tomorrow." I was like, 9 a.m. They're like, "Yeah, sure." So like that idea of like the flexibility that they have to prioritize whatever they need to do in a day made me feel like, honestly, if, I'm gonna plug myself again here for the ladies. If I'm gonna have a family one, shut the fuck up. I'm working here. If I'm gonna have a family one day, right? Logistically, it makes no sense that we're both going to be able to work 9 to 5 somehow, but then also like have enough time to do the things we'd want to do with kids. It's just tough, right?
Yeah.
Like I want to be the stay-at-home dad on most days, or half the days at least. And so being self-employed, I could prioritize that, right? I could build my schedule around her schedule, or vice versa. And so I got into real estate again because my boss reached out to me, and I was like, perfect timing. I was just thinking about it. So quit the bank, loved it. Nothing better than quitting a job that you can't wait to quit, if that makes sense.
100%.
Nothing against the bank. Love the job, or love the people there, but the job itself is, you know, after you do something for 10 years, it's no longer as exciting as it once was.
Yeah.
And so like, that 2-week notice is unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
Magic. And so quit the job, got into real estate, and then I figured I need to buy another house, because as I start real estate, it's going to be slow. So I bought another house. Couldn't qualify because being self-employed, you gotta have 2 years of income. So I thought ahead. I went to another bank, became a branch manager, worked there for 3 months just to get benefits as well. Got all my stuff figured out medically. After I quit.
After you quit, you went and got another job at a bank.
About a year later.
Okay.
About a year later.
He got you on that one.
Yeah, well, I was excited about doing the real estate thing.
Yeah,
but
no, it was part of the process.
there is, like, you can do like a statement income loan where they'll look at your bank statements.
Okay.
You can get a loan, but it's stupid high interest rate, and it's primarily reserved for like trying to buy like a first time home kind of a thing, not a fixer upper.
Yeah.
So anyways, got a job at a different bank about a year later for 3 months, and then used that income to qualify to buy a house. Bought the house, started fixing it up, and so I figured this is the best combo. So my next move next year is I'm going to get my contractor's license.
Got it.
And my thought process is, when I help somebody buy a home and they get a bid to fix something, I can kind of double down on that bid, say, no, here's another general contractor, right? That'd be me as well, with a business name. That is exactly what that costs to fix. And then when we go sell a home, if they come up with a crazy bid, as a real estate agent, I can flip over to a contractor and say, actually, I have another bid from another company. I don't know if you ever heard of this company, but looks like it's not that much. It's only this much.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll do it for that much, you know? And so that kind of makes it like a competitive advantage as a real estate agent, where I could pull a bid real fast and it's me.
Yeah.
And then the flip side, if they take the bid, I'll do the work. Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or even like outsource that work too.
Definitely outsource it if it's something that requires electricians,
Cabinetry.
license. I'll do the cabinets.
Oh
I'll do the
no,
cabinets. I
Dad.
won't do the countertop, but I'll do the cabinets.
It's an art form.
It's just
Cabinets are hard.
the countertop covers all the mistakes. Don't worry
Okay.
about it. The countertop's important. The
Cox
cabinets.
loves cabinets. He loves cabinets.
I do love
Don't fuck
cabinets,
around.
and I know a lot of Ukrainians that work on cabinets. That's hilarious though. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So like I would say multitasking, right? Where being able to do that, I think for our listeners and viewers, like, can you break that down just even further, like how that would benefit you or other people like interesting of like having and following that pathway?
Yeah. So I mean, like, my thought process is there's been a lot of businesses that have created kind of like the wheel of how to do something. And I think Fred Meyer's is a great example, where it's like, what's on your list today, you'll find that at Fred Meyer's, and it's literally everything. And so when I thought about like the real estate agent path, I was like, man, like on my birthday when I was working at a bank, I'd be like, man, today's my birthday. I wish, I'm not there yet, but I wish I could meet my CPA, my attorney, right? All on my birthday, to be like, talk to me about me. How am I going to get all this stuff done that I want to get done? So then turn that into like real estate
And he'll
process.
sleep with you too. So.
And I will sleep with them too.
Just want to put that out there. Full service.
Not anymore, but back in the day I would. Less than 3 months ago I would. But, anyways, so pretty much I decided I wanted to make like a one-stop shop for the real estate experience.
Yeah.
And so I want to get my contracts license for that reason. And then the best way to do it time management wise is kind of lead with your primary, which for me is real estate.
Yeah.
And then let that trickle down into contractor's license.
Understood.
And then further down the road, what I'd want to do is hire more people on as a team. So make my own company, have people that can do both things at the same time as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe get bought out, maybe keep going.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
I appreciate that.
That's fantastic. Kayhan, I'm curious. The store you had. What was the model there?
The model, excuse me, it was a standard like buy sell trade model,
Got it.
like Buffalo Exchange or Plato's Closet.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like mom and pop style.
Yeah.
So people liked how personable it was, that they could come in and then it was just always me there.
Yeah.
I ran it by myself for like 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And, so it was like, normal buy sell trade, but also I think a lot of people who are in retail will agree that you're kind of like, you can become like a counselor type, or there's someone to listen.
Yeah. Especially for a place like Eugene.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure people come in just to, they don't know what else to do that day.
A lot of desperate old folks
Like,
whose
okay,
kids don't talk to them no more. They're like, they want something
Yeah.
to, sounds like talking a lot of shit, but they need to get theirs somewhere too.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
To get them from you.
So that was the model. I started out like in a warehouse, so I leased a 1,000-foot warehouse in like a industrial complex, and I lived there too. So
Was there a bathroom there when you got there?
there actually was a bathroom. There was a bathroom and a shower built in, but I still shit on the floor. If that's what you're wondering.
Didn't know if you were
If that's
or
where
not.
you want to go with this, Dan.
I just wanted to make sure that you own up to it. That's all.
I want to say funny story. And Anna, you're so beautiful. I love you. I'm sorry. Is that there was, it was an alternative lifestyle living in the warehouse because I was so dedicated to saving money and and advancing, and that's what you got to do.
Absolutely.
Rent is a killer of everything.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. So I'm living in the warehouse, and I had a girlfriend at the time. She spent the night, and there was like some scratching in the wall.
Inside or outside?
Inside the wall, there was
Okay.
scratching, and I'm pretty sure it was a rat. Like there's a rat in the wall, and
Yeah.
she just
Could have been a mouse.
she could not sleep,
Yeah.
and then she was just like freaking out about it. Like, I can't believe there's a fucking rat. I can't believe I'm here. Like she was just feeling so awful about it, and then I started feeling like, holy fuck, I'm living in a warehouse. I'm trash. I'm a garbage. I sell trash to fucking idiots. What is my life? Jesus Christ! And I start freaking out. Anyway, we'll go to sleep, wake up next morning. We're saying goodbye by the door. Give her a kiss. Look down. Swear to God, look down to the right. There's a dead rat right there next to us on the floor. And this is the structure. All right. Grind. You got to grind like crazy. Make a lot of posts online and have like people skills. So I feel like the salesman aspect comes in where fuck. Lulls in the conversation again. Hold on a second. I'm on something. Okay. So you know what I feel like what gave me an advantage in the business was people would come in, like the old people who like just wanted to talk to someone. People wanting to like fulfill some sort of identity or like get validation in some way. These people would come in, and I feel like I was adept in identifying that and like giving people what they want.
Got it.
So they would come in and just buy something just in the interim of like interacting.
Yeah. Yeah, like they mostly came because it's your store, it's the environment that you provided to them.
Yeah, they
And while
felt
they're there, this is a nice jacket. I should get this jacket.
yeah, and then they feel good about buying it because they're supporting you, and they wanted a jacket anyway. Maybe it was a gift, and so.
But little do they know how you got that jacket.
Yeah, that's true. Mainly a lot of old people dying out in Eugene, and you get all their stuff.
I remember
These people hit you up and say, "Hey, can you come clear out a house?"
Yeah.
Oh, actually?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cleared out this one house that was this guy died in the living room of his apartment. Swear to God, they cut out a blob that where his like bot where he died, and because I guess he was there for like 3 days and his body like decomposed and like had like fluids that came out. And so I walked over that spot like 100 times, all but like carrying his stuff in and out of the house. And I asked his siblings, like, how do you feel about your brother? And they were like, he was just such a pain to the whole family. Like, and I said, you guys fight?
When it comes to the procuring different storage units and like online, I guess to me that's like curious because that reminds me of like Storage Wars. Yeah, I remember that. Like, do you start developing a relationship with like the people who are doing the auctions and things of that manner? Like, how's that go?
You definitely do. And whenever you show up to the auction, it's usually the same group of people who were at all the other ones. So then you start developing a relationship with them.
Or rivalries.
Yeah.
Or rivalries. I was in a bidding war with an old guy, and I had all this young buck energy, you know, and I just kept bidding like as high as I could go. Mm-hmm. And some guy asked me if I had like, oh hey, if there's any quilts in there, do you got a phone? Like, can I get your? I was like, no, bro, I just use newspapers to communicate with people. Like, I don't have a phone. So, what's my point? It was so much fun. It's like Christmas every time you get a store.
Putting together, what led you to sell the store?
This is a very grand question for me. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like a very life, like I pretty much changed my entire life because this was like a huge narrative. Was having the store like it was my dream at one point, and it was kind of who I am naturally. Mm-hmm. And I've got to a point where I realized this isn't who I want to be.
Got it.
So, you know, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, I hate that movie.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's fair. No, that's fair. Well, Jack, he's the Pumpkin King. He's like the king of Halloween Town. Yeah. But he's Halloween. He's starting to hate Halloween Town. Mm-hmm. This is Halloween. But he's starting to hate Halloween Town, and he wants to do Christmas. Mm-hmm. And obviously it didn't work out for Jack. You know, he couldn't. You know, he realized that he was missing love in his life. Mm-hmm. You know, like something like family, like belonging. That's what he was missing. Mm-hmm. And as soon as he got that, he was happy with Halloween Town. He realized he was happy with Halloween Town.
So
it wasn't as well.
You sold the store to look for love?
I sold the store because I realized I didn't like being a salesman. Mm. This is not what I didn't want to keep doing that for the rest of my life. I didn't like the clientele. And I was selling clothing. I didn't start out selling clothing. I started selling clothing because that was the easiest thing to acquire. And there was like a market for it in Eugene. You get like a vintage shirt you sell for $200.
Yeah.
And you get it all for free basically, you know, or like you're getting it for 1/5 of the value. That's what you pay people. So I realized it wasn't rewarding anymore, you know? And I didn't like who I was. I didn't like that I was pretending to be people's friends when they came in when I didn't value them. You know, like there'd be like a 60-year-old man who he just like his kids don't like him. He's like obnoxious, but he'll spend like $50 every time he's in. Mm-hmm. And I didn't like that I had to keep validating this guy's bullshit, and he's paying me for it. You know,
right? Mm-hmm.
And what do you call it? And I was away from my family. Like it's 2-hour drive. It's not that big of a deal, but it's still inconvenient. Yeah. How often the amount of time you actually take that 2-hour drive is like you're not like I rarely did it.
Yeah, and I know for your store specifically down there, you're built up such a community. Like people love to come see you. Like they'll shop because they know you're always gonna have something new in the store. You did a great job with your Instagram as well, but they come to see you. And if you had to close because you needed one day off once a month or something, you got to come see family, you had to do your own thing. I know that'd be tough for them. And then like you're in that position as like a self-employment where you got to prioritize things, and you're like, shoot, family, friends, business. Mm-hmm. It makes it so tough. I remember I come visit you, and you would literally eat your lunch while talking to people and just walking around. Like you'd order lunch, or I'd go pick it up for you, or you go run out across the street to grab it and come back and ask somebody to just watch the store for a few minutes. Yeah, and I think for what it's worth, man, you did a great job. You gave it a great run. Was it 4 years now?
Yeah, 4 years.
4 years. Yep, very impressive.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Mm-hmm.
And then you
Well,
got
I'm impressed by you holding it down with fucking buying houses and working at the bank and you know,
thank
your
you,
real estate
man.
gig.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
I'm not impressed by this podcast, but I like it. I'm just kidding. This is a great podcast. These hosts are so wonderful. They're great guys. I feel feelings of love right now. I really do. It's not
happy.
just the White Claws.
I'm happy to hear that.
These are very comforting fellows.
Yeah, I mean, I'll jump on that and just say real quick. Yeah, real estate's been a lot of fun. It's been a good time, but it's got a lot of similarities to kind of like you want to work with people when you're self-employed that you like and that you trust. And if you meet somebody that you don't like or you don't trust them, I've turned clients down before. I've just said, hey, it's just not going to be a good fit. You're going to be fine. But to his point, there's that level of like fakeness, and I'm also on his side. I don't want to do it either. If I don't like somebody or if I don't trust them, I know that house buying process or house selling process becomes so emotionally driven that if you don't have those two things there, it's going to be a nightmare, and it's just not worth the money because you're going to see this person in your community down the road again, and you always want to make sure that the experience you give them is one that they can tell about forever, not one that they're going to like crush you on forever.
Yeah.
And so to his point as well, there's people that come in that might spend some money, or there's people I bump into that I know might buy a lot of homes.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it though. If I don't, and also on the same side, if they don't like or trust me, I'm not gonna like put on a show like a song and dance, try and get their approval. It's just easier to say no. You're gonna find somebody else. You can do it.
Yeah.
I'll be happy to give you advice, but it's not gonna be a good fit.
Do you guys, since you both have been in, you know, different fields and careers, do you guys kind of feel like you guys can read people, and when it comes to what you've been doing?
I mean, I would say for me, I've worked at a bank for 10 years. And so for me, I got to read people very well financially. Like if somebody walks into the bank without seeing anything of their profile or account, I knew if they had a lot of money or if they had no money. And it's like the big dead giveaway is if somebody dresses too flashy, no money. It's all right here. It's all right there. If someone dresses very simple but neat, like a nice pair of jeans, a clean shirt, or a clean sweater, they have money because they spent the right amount on the attire to say like there's no holes on their clothing, there's no stains, but they got money. And then the biggest giveaway is if somebody dresses like a farmer. Oh my God, they're loaded.
Okay.
The richest person I ever saw in my life at a bank, I don't even know what to say. They had like in a grandfather checking account that makes no interest. This is a long time ago. They had $13 million in a checking account, no activity. They'll pull out like $100 every once in a while as all the history would show. And they looked like a beaten down Great Depression farmer, just miserable. But like the overalls were falling apart.
Yeah.
And then I'd see like the next person in line would be like a very attractive man or woman, very nicely dressed. And it's like all credit card, auto loan, home debt, very little in the checking account, very little money comes in. And so big giveaways if someone dresses up too fancy, they just spend all their money right there.
I definitely feel like I'm good at reading people.
You know, we got the business side out of it. I want you guys to share a couple stories. I know
Some dumb
Dan,
stories.
Dan, you told me you had some stories you wanted to share
Okay.
coming on the podcast. So
wanna-
please, the floor is
You want
yours.
to do the Canada story? We'll go back and forth, fill in the gaps.
The candy?
The Canada story, yeah. Is that okay with
what?
you?
That's okay. Say whatever story you want. You know what? A story I really like is the story you shared about the girlfriend who you caught like with the calls with the. You
Oh,
shared-
you want me
shared-
to-
no,
okay. This is a
I
quick
like that story a lot, but it's quick. It's quick.
It's a quick story. Then we'll get to the
Okay.
Canada story. That's a good one. But pretty much, once again, casting a wide net, playing the field, met this lady. And like 2 weeks in, she says, hey, I just want to let you know, my boyfriend and I for 3 years, we broke up. He still has my number. So I just want you to know that. I said, okay. Like 2 weeks in. Cool.
She tells you that from the beginning.
Yep. 2 weeks in, she tells me that.
Okay.
A month. I appreciate you saying that. Yes. 2 weeks more go by. So a month in, and she goes, "Hey, just want to let you know that I got like a new phone number, a new phone. So like, you know, him and I don't have to split the bill. So it's just me. It's just me now." I was like, "Okay,
Okay.
appreciate you telling me. This is cool." So then, like the next day, we're hanging out at my place. I had like we're sitting on the couch, had like a movie in the background, and her phone rings. And I've never been so smart in my life. But her phone rings, and it's just a 10-digit number on it. Let me see if y'all can catch this one. She picks it up, and she looks at it, and she goes, it's my ex-boyfriend. I wonder what he wants. And I said, oh, put your shoes on, get your jacket, we'll take you home now. She said, what? What did I do? And all she said was, and I picked up on this right away, it's my ex-boyfriend. I wonder what he wants. So we get in the car. She's very confused, obviously. She doesn't know what I've already figured out.
Oh.
I know.
Batman.
Yeah.
I'll tell you at the end here, but it's that key right there.
Okay.
New phone number. It's my ex-boyfriend. I wonder what he wants. Dead giveaway. We're driving in the car, and she says, I don't know why you're so mad. And I said, it's over. And she goes, why? What's going on? I said, I'll tell you what. How did your boyfriend get your your new phone number? How did he get my new number is what you should have said if this is the first time that he calls. If you look at a phone and it's a phone number and it shouldn't have your phone number, your natural reaction is, how did he get my new number? Not, I wonder what he wants. That means it's time number 2 or 3. So she goes, that doesn't make any sense how he got my new number. I don't know. I said, give him a call. She goes, oh, he gets so mad when I call him, though. I said, okay, well, just call him. I mean, you're already on the way home. What do you got to lose, right? So she calls him, and I pull the phone away. I hit the speakerphone. I put it right back by her ear. And she goes, hey. He goes, hello. She goes, so how did you get my new number again? He goes, oh, you gave it to me. I said, hey, it's my new phone. It's my new number. And she goes, that's so weird. I gotta go.
Oh my god.
So that's my quick little story.
I love that story. She's so stupid.
It's just none of it made any sense. I think like from the get-go of like telling me all these things like weeks into a relationship was just like weird. And then the fact that like when you look at a phone, you see a new number, your natural reaction should be curiosity of how did this happen, not what do they want, right? So anyways, you got a quick one or
always
to Canada?
Always a few steps ahead, Dan.
Dude, I was 23 when that happened.
That's impressive.
It was the smartest I've ever been.
Get him a Batman mask.
Yeah, that was fire.
I just love it. Like, how'd you get my number? You gave it to me.
Yeah.
But she walked into it. Wow, like,
Which she had no
man,
other option.
she's so,
Yeah.
I love that story. I don't have any quick stories.
We'll tell the Canada one then and see what you come up with after.
The Canada story, okay.
All right.
Okay, so we wanted to go on a trip to Canada just to see it. Like, we got no destination in mind. Just wanted to go there. What's it like in Canada?
We did want to go to Vancouver, Canada specifically. We noticed there's some nice natural areas around there. There's a college campus that might be fun.
Yeah.
Downtown area sounded good.
So we're like, okay, let's just go. We'll get there and we'll like find a place to stay. We'll get a hotel, and then we'll explore from there. So we pack our stuff and
Let me add this part in. We decided to meet at my parents' house, just a central location for all of us. And I rented a minivan through a friend of ours named Gwen. Shoutouts to Gwen for helping us out at Enterprise. And
they give you the tools to be your own boss.
that's not right. That's not their thing.
That's not their. I love it.
That is true. They also do that. And so we, Aaron, our friend Aaron, shows up first.
Yeah.
And he brings a bag of weed. And this is before weed is legal here or in Canada. I think Canada was like 6 months away. And he goes, bring the weed, right? And I was like, Aaron, no, man. We're not.
No. That's not how it went. That's not how it went. Hold on a second.
Dad showed up, and he pulls out, what kind of gun was it? A 22?
It was a 22 rifle.
A 22 rifle. And I remember distinctly, Can goes, can I bring my gun? I said, no.
No. This is not how it went at all.
All right, let's hear it.
This is not. Okay.
All right.
The gun and the weed, we were thinking of like contemplating bringing them, and we're like, I don't know, should we bring it? We looked to Dan,
Okay.
and
The voice of reason.
yeah, Dan, he's a businessman. He's like, you would just assume looking at him, he knows about international laws.
Yeah.
So we ask him, we look at him, and he's like, they hardly ever like stop anyone at the border. They hardly ever check. We'll be fine going through. So just bring it.
All right.
This is how I remember the story.
So you got the teacher's approval.
Well, yes.
Never embellished a story in his life.
This is how I
Never
remember.
embellishes.
Go
And
on.
I could be wrong, but I'm 95% certain I'm not.
Fair enough.
95%.
We'll take that. Go on.
So we hit the road. We get to Canada. We're at the border. And they've been smoking. I think they were both. You guys both might have been high. You guys are smoking on the drive potentially.
Allegedly.
So we get
Allegedly.
there, and the border security.
When we get there, I want to clarify. The gun and the weed is just in the trunk. It's just on top of the luggage. Very easy access.
Just left it on top.
Yeah, because we weren't trying to hide nothing. We just thought we're in.
You see, because we
And
weren't
also
up to no good. We were just stupid
This guy over here is driving for some reason.
because I wasn't smoking the weed.
That's also true. He also doesn't like authority, so this part does not go well. Go
That's
on.
right, Dan. So we get we're at the we're talking to the security guard, the border patrol person, and you got any drugs? They were going on the list. You got any weed, drugs, guns?
Well, before
whatever?
that, she says the important questions. What are you doing in Canada? And Keon says, no, not much. Where you staying? We don't know yet.
We said, okay.
Do you know anybody? Nope. And how long you staying? Not sure. A lot of suspicious answers
No,
were given.
okay.
And then comes the question, do you have any? And by the way, y'all have heard Keon talk. So then comes the question, you guys have any? You guys have any drugs, guns, fruit in the car? Keon goes, no,
Just
no.
these guns? Okay. Just these guns.
The highest pitch, no, I've ever heard in my life.
I don't know what Dan's remembering here, but my voice is super deep most of the time.
So then she points over to the parking lot and says, go on and pull over right over there.
No, she says, you guys know how this sounds, right? She's talking to all of
That's
us.
true,
We were
that's
all
true.
chiming in. I'm not trying to.
That's true.
I have a reputation to uphold. That's the funniest thing I ever said in my life. Okay. She says, you guys know how this sounds, right? Like, you don't know where you're going. And she said something about, like, there were some others, like, that were looking high, or we were just weird, like, weirding her out. You guys know how this looks. You
She
don't
asked
know where
us
you're
about
going.
work, and I think Aaron was also unemployed at the time. And
No,
Thanks for
and
having us.
likewise, I appreciate both of you guys. I see the genius in the both of you when it comes to just.
I don't see it there.
I see the genius in him, too. I seen it.
Yeah, so no, we're all about, I appreciate you guys sharing your story because I was able to, hear and learn and and see how you both got where you got, and it's just a beautiful friendship. So that's another thing.
Thank you.
I'm proud to, beautiful friendship, people, as you can see.
No,
And
I'm
then-
in first grade. We've known each other since first grade.
I love it.
Long time.
Absolutely love it. Where can they find you? Dan, for your real estate.
Just,
Keon, for whatever else you're doing.
I'm not nervous at all. Just call me. Talk to me. 503-309-7820.
There you go.
Ask away anything you
Call
want
for
to
houses, call for dates. Either
Mike
one,
Jones.
right?
Primarily houses.
Okay, primarily
Then
houses.
construction, then dates.
Mike
Dates.
Jones.
Oh.
If you want to find me, first of all, you got to like and subscribe to this channel.
Ooh.
And then comment, and then I might respond. If someone comments on this video, I'll respond to it.
There we go.
That's true.
No matter what they want.
What they want.
No matter, who knows?
I need you on an open mic night.
Yeah.
I need you on an open mic night.
I'm telling you.
All right, you do open mic in? Like, what-
Not here, but like at all the comedy clubs in Portland.
I'm telling you,
That'd be
Keon.
fun.
You should
The
do
start
it.
to your career as an open mic.
I'm
You're gonna have to-
I'm on board. I just have to sift through the weeds of depression and usually I'm just hanging out like making sweet love to my angel Anna here. That's like what I normally do. But I think I could pencil in some.
It comes
stand-up
pencil in.
conversation.
All right.
I could possibly.
Attaboy.
And then a star was born.
Thank you.
That's right.
If you
We
like
are working on a baby.
if you stuck this long, subscribe, comment, do all that. Follow us on Instagram. donate to the
We don't
dollar
we,
sign
we,
hero
we ain't gotta
Bob.
donate when this guest.
All that. Either way, thanks for watching. Take care.
Probably wondering if I think of you. Sorry, I'm for the bag right now. Yeah, I'm for the bag right now. Yeah, for the bag that I never had. Yeah, you probably mad right now. Yeah, I got a 2-piece now. But shit, I think they call them groupies now.